Welcome to Southeastern Spine's Age of Spinal Medicine mini edition. Today, we will see a story of someone maybe like you whose life was limited by back or neck pain, but was able to get back to doing all of the things they love thanks to the Southeastern Spine Institute.
I was hurting, and I know my kids and my wife and my players and my coaches are probably a whole hell of a lot happier I got that surgery than I am.
He could not bend over and tie his shoes. He could not put his socks on. I did that many a morning for him. And he didn't like me having to do that for him.
Daughter or wife, they're the only two I'd let tie my shoes. And a couple times they got out the door before I did. There were days here I walked around with my shoes untied like a teenager does. But, you know, you do what you got to do, but it was by far the most pain I've ever dealt with, and still tried to do my job.
But when that kind of pain affects the athletic director and football coach of a Division I high school, well, it can be hard on a lot of people. His students, his team, and especially his family.
Living with a coach is hard, but when you add back pain, when he's in pain 24/7, it's a lot harder.
I'm sure I was a total pain in the butt.
Trickles down from the boss man all the way down to the kids. I tell you, all of us catch it. Even the dog was getting it.
We were real upset about him and couldn't wait for him to have surgery, and hopefully things would get better.
As a coach, Frank had dealt with injuries his entire career and had gotten to know Dr. Johnson and his team at the Southeastern Spine Institute.
Being in athletics, obviously, we have so many athletes get injured. Dealing with doctors like we do, it was easy for me to pick.
I've known Coach for many years. He's a very active man. Coach is not just the football coach. He's the athletic director of his school, so he's got lots of people that depend on him.
We got 27 sports here, and you know, it's big-time Division I football, and I couldn't really do that. You know, people said, take a pain pill. I said, well, shoot, how am I going to do my job?
5 more you got to make. Okay, be positive.
After doing everything to avoid surgery and stay on the football field, Coach finally hit the end of the line.
I didn't really ever want to get operated on. I fought it as long as I could.
The non-operative treatments worked for a while, but his pain then got worse and worse. We finally had to operate.
The thing that I guess impressed me the most, how quick you get back. They told me to get out and walk the day after surgery, and I was walking like 4 miles 3 or 4 days after surgery. It's amazing. It's amazing what those guys can do.
Back surgery is much different than it was years ago. Back surgery, I think understandably, it had a very bad reputation. But back surgery has evolved, particularly over the last 20 years.
The incisions we make now are with endoscopic tubes, often less than an inch. Surgeries take much less than an hour.
Out of bed walking the same day, the back exercising within a couple weeks, and back to life doing everything you want to do.
I'm a lot better. I tie my shoes. That's the best thing. I play some golf. I don't swing as hard, which is a good thing. I play a little better, to be honest with you.
Playing golf on Sundays, he's happy coaching football. I tell you, all the kids on the team are happy, the coaches are happy, and my family's happy.
They become like family to us. I mean, when you work with a patient from the time you see them when they're in a lot of pain, and you get them better, and they come in with a smile, and they're so happy, and just like family, you want to put some pictures up on the wall. We don't ask for the pictures. They bring them in and ask us to hang them up.
I gave him a picture, and I wrote on there, thanks for giving me my coaching career back, because I don't think I'd lasted too much longer. I was hurting.
We see over 7,000 new patients every year and have 55,000 patients currently being treated in our practice. And our practice is not a local practice. Over 60% of our patients travel over 150 miles to see us. I would tell anybody that's living with back pain that it's foolish to do so nowadays. They need to go see a specialist. They need to hear about the modern techniques. I think there's too many people living with back problems that don't need to be.
If you got back pain and somebody fixes it, it's a big thing. Till you've had it, you don't know. I'll tell you that much.
Thanks for joining us. You can watch any of our Age of Spinal Medicine shows by going to southeasternspine.com and clicking Medical Documentary. Southeastern Spine Institute, always one step ahead. Call 866-SPINE-50 for an appointment.